film tell you anything you didn't see with your eyes off of the scrimmage the other night?
Not a whole lot. I thought Bo was fantastic. The best I've seen him since I've been here. I think he was 15 for 20. Really missed one throw, so I thought he was excellent. Thought the receivers cut the ball well. Defense got 3 turnovers. Still a bunch of things we need to clean up, but I think we're where we need to be at this point.
Are you exactly where you need to be in some areas, maybe ahead at some point, some installations, that kind of thing? Or?
Yeah, I mean, you always want better, but both sides of the ball we have put a ton of different scheme in, kind of, there's different ways to do it, and our philosophy was let's throw it all at them early and see what sticks, and then we'll touch up on the things that they didn't get. But considering as much stuff as we've got in on both sides of the ball right now, I think we're in a good spot. We just need to continue to trend upward and cut out some of the mentals that we're making. And, I told the guys last night about 70% of the guys are doing it right, and we got to get the other 30% up to speed.
The part of the situation with Bo is various stages of things. One of which would be how do you react after a day or two off after putting all that pressure on the plant leg, that kind of thing. Where does he stand with that?
Yeah, he looks great today. I think the bigger challenge will be after an actual game when he's getting hit and getting bruised and people are landing on him. But so far, he looks no worse for the wear. Actually, he's looking better on a daily basis, in my opinion.
I noticed that Omar is working on that short side, inside wide side, or short side, where you had McGriff earlier. Did his play in the game the other night, is that part of what we're seeing today?
Yeah, I think you just saw probably a different formation. He's still in the same spot. It was just a different formation.
What about punt returning? Where does that sit now? Keandre Smith could do it. He wants to, but he's also very valuable elsewhere. What have you got in mind right now? Is still a competition there?
Yeah, it's still a competition. I think the preseason games will sort that out. Obviously, practice is a factor, but actually seeing guys out there, can they break tackles? How do they read it when it's actually live? Those will probably be the difference.
Is there any injuries that came out of this? I noticed a few guys without helmets, James. Those kinds of guys.
James has a little bit of a tweak. He'll be fine. He's going to miss a couple days. Nothing else serious. There might be a couple guys that are sitting today, but we expect them back tomorrow.
Brought in Trevor Hoyt, who has quite an interesting story, and I see he was brought out right away. He got some reps today. Can you tell me much about him?
Not a lot at this point. I know we're pleased to have him. I know Mark's excited to have him and give us some more ratio flexibility at that position. A guy that's been valuable on special teams and has had production in the past and the recent past. So I think it was a good job by Ed and his staff to bring him in. Finally,
game on Saturday. A lot of things on the line. And you've talked about the premier battles. There's battles everywhere. But are you going to have 2 games to look at where some of those premier battles are, which would be at DB and wide receiver and perhaps at the backup as tackle?
Yeah, potentially. Injuries play so much of a factor in how we approach these games. I would like to play the starters a little bit more in this first game and a little less in the second game, but we're going to kind of have to see who's healthy and who's not and kind of evaluate it throughout the week. I was going to ask a general theory question. That's what you want to use some of the. Is it because it's a home game, or is it because of the short rest between coming into the first game of the season? Yeah, it's because the second preseason game is only 7 days away from the first regular season game, and we're on the road and a long trip to Calgary. So I would rather not play them as much in that second game. Okay, thanks. Appreciate it, Scott.